This week we're going to look at how to create a letter, and just to link it in with the cybersecurity we're going to be looking at later on in the course, we're actually going to show you how easy fraudsters have it to create a fake bank letter, what we call a phishing attempt. Phishing as in spelled in PH. So you can look that up ready for the session on cybersecurity in a week or two. So a phishing attempt is basically where somebody receives maybe a letter or possibly an email saying that they are, the bank or whoever, and that they're actually want to notify you of something, which is obviously to, make you do something which you wouldn't normally have done, probably to panic you. Often referred to as social engineering, basically making or employing techniques to panic you to do something you wouldn't think of otherwise. So let's just have a look at the word content on this. So for example, here's an example of what you're going to end up with today. So you can see, just to look at the elements, we've got things like reference numbers, which we just created. We've got a logo, which has actually been taken from the bank's actual website. Likewise, the address is the bank's actual address. We've made up some text here. We've got obviously the fraudsters' bank account details, but we made it look official by using details like, account NW secure, which anyone can create an account with any bank name. So that doesn't make it any secure or anything else. We've used like names. Well, I've put my name there, but I could have put this person's name there. And we've used actually that name as a signature, and that's been created by using a font, which actually appears to, reproduces a script or a handwriting font. And again, reproducing the reference down the bottom, and then the footer, which is the part of the very bottom of the page, we've copied the license agreement type legalese you often get in many websites. So from the website, we've taken the legalese there, we've taken the logo, and we've taken the address. We've made up the reference number, we've made up the actual letter, and we've made up, obviously, the rest of the details. So let's see how easy it is to do. So here we have Microsoft Word, and we're just going to start with a blank document, although in later sessions I'll show you how to use different themes and different styles, which you can also use to create predefined documents from the bank of available document types. I'm going to use a blank document here, and I'm going to start off by putting some basic information in. So the first thing we had was basically a reference number, so I'm going to put a reference number in. I'm making the reference number up, completely fake, obviously. So that is just a meaningless reference number. I'll put the address in there for the company address. I'll also then move down and put in dear, put the person's name in. And then I'll put the details in here. Okay, so I've copied some basic text in there. Later on, we can actually use artificial intelligence to create these documents for you, but there's an example of a sort of document you may receive as a phishing attempt. So I've put in there some imaginary sort of bank account details. This is obviously trying to defraud somebody out of money and putting it into another bank account. So let's look at some of the things you can do with websites. So if I drag over this page here, what I've got here, I've got the various logos from that West Bank. So if I look at that logo there, for example, that looks pretty perfect. So I'm going to take a copy of that image, take that back. I can paste that into the document. Now, initially, when you paste an image into the document, what will happen is it will treat it as text, and it will actually stop it from sort of merging or being moved anywhere other than the left-hand side. But if I drop this tool options layout choices thing here, and I select the bottom right, which puts it in front of the text, that then allows that logo to be placed anywhere you like. Likewise, I can resize. So I'm going to put that up there. Now also on the website for the bank, so bring this back. There's your legal information. Let's have a look at that. There. Probably uses this and replace the website. So I'm going to use that little bit of legalese. I'm going to put that back in my Word document. I'm actually going to put that right at the very bottom. So I'm going to put it down here. The reason I'm putting it down there is because I actually want it to look like the legalese you often see on the bottom. So I'm just going to modify this. Change the Word's document. Okay, and I'll also make that nice and small. Got a reduce size button. I'll also make it centered. Okay, so we've now got the legalese at the bottom. We've got our logo at the top. The only other thing we need is the actual address. So again, we can use the website to tell us that. There we go. There's the address. So taking the copy of that with Control A, I can do the same with the mouse. I'm going to go back to Microsoft Word. I go up to here, paste in. Now I don't know if you noticed, but when I paste it in, then I actually use the facility to paste in. I'll redo that. Move it down a little bit. There we go. I actually use this facility here to keep the text only and to format it the same as the rest of the documents. Now, just like it was on the web page, it actually formats right across. So I'm going to have to bring that down. I'm using a little technique with Shift and Enter to bring it directly down. So go to what's going to be the new line, press Shift, press the Enter button, and I'm going to do it last time for the postcode. I'm just going to clean up the letters so I've got equal spacing, possibly put an extra space at the top. And then the last thing I want to do, I want to have it signed by this person here. So I'm going to reproduce that person's name, but then I'm going to highlight the name and I'm going to change the font to a script type font. Now I've got quite a few of these. I've been playing around with different types. Okay, so you can see there a little example representation straight away of the different fonts. Okay, so I think there was one called Bush, which was quite nice. I'll go and see if I can find that one. Bush script, that was quite good. I'm going to make it larger. There's my finished letter. I've got now the logo of the bank. I've got the address of the bank. But I might just want to take that off, whatever that was there for. So registered office, that's the address. I made up a reference number. I made up a person's name. Obviously, you presume the person would know. I've done a spell check. That. I'll just clean up a little bit there. That's fine. I've done a fake letter. I've done the actual bank it should go to, which is obviously where the baddie's account would be. I put a fake sort of copyright at the bottom, which you can take from the official website again. And that now gives me a phishing letter, which unfortunately some people would fall for. That could be sent as an email, that could be sent as an actual letter through the post, and it could look very genuine indeed. So hopefully if you see a letter such as that in future, you'll be able to double check with the actual bank that they've sent it and obviously avoid being scammed.